dropping it, I don't ever, I'm like, oh, because it's just, I mean, it's like a brick. Like, I don't worry about it whatsoever. All right, guys, so I'm going to talk, I'm sorry it's windy, it's going to be a little windy here for a minute, but I want to talk about the flex tools. As you guys can see, I've been using them for a while. I have quite a few of them, and I've been using them on the job site. I haven't just been tinkering with them in the shop. I've actually been using them on the job site, up on the roof, you know, building this house. I've pretty much been exclusively flex tools, and I want to talk to you just real briefly about job site utility. I'm not going to get into the specs of the batteries and all this different stuff. I'm going to tell you how they've done and what I dislike and what I like about them on the job site. I'm just going to go ahead and start. This vacuum cleaner is just awesome. I don't really have much to say about it. It has a little battery port. It's got a bunch of attachments. It's great for, you know, cleaning out your tool bags, cleaning out the trailer, just little stuff like that, sucking up some sawdust in the corner. Just love it because it's compact. It has a little battery attachment to it. It's a wet dry vac and it's battery operated, which is huge for me. The next thing is their bit collection. These are awesome. I'll kind of get closer. There's a little push button which you can push with gloves or without gloves. They make it really usable for if it's cold and you have gloves on, or if you're just working with thicker gloves, you can still access all this. It just clips on here and you push it back in there and it locks back in. Super simple. You can click them all out. The other thing that I actually really do love about these is that the case here has a button on it, so when you push it, it opens. You don't have to slide anything. It's just super user-friendly, but it also holds itself closed really well if it's getting thrown around. So this right here, I'm never going to buy any other drill bit set. This is by far the best, and I've used Milwaukee, I've used DeWalt. I think those are the two I've used. Next is the impact drill. You guys probably know by now, this is the best impact drill I think that's on the market, especially at its price range. It has all the settings down here for doing metal tapping screws, self-tapping screws. I got 2 of those, and literally my favorite drill, I don't even know where my DeWalt drills are, to be honest. This rotary hammer, absolute beast. It is the smaller side, or on the smaller side. I think it's actually the bigger size that they have, but it is on the smaller side when it comes to battery operated rotary hammers. I know Milwaukee has a bigger one, but this is perfect for doing small pier and beam foundations where I was drilling, you know, for some anchor bolts. Epic. I also can change the chuck, which is epic as well, freaking awesome, and do a regular drill chuck, something like this. I can attach that on there and use this for wood drilling, for augering, stuff like that. I've used it for hole saws, stuff like that. It's absolutely amazing. It's just a heavier duty drill, basically. Absolutely love it. No complaints with it whatsoever. Next up is the 24 volt flex saw. This is the side mount. I don't know what they specifically call it. Great saw. To be honest, I'm not a fan of this style of saw across any platform. So I've only used this maybe 20, 30 times. Great little saw, just like every other one, to be honest. I don't have anything different to say about it than it's just, you know, it's a good little saw. Their drill, used this a few times, super powerful, has an interesting clip mechanism here. You unscrew it and it clips onto this little bracket right here, this metal caging, and it locks into place, which is interesting. I've never had a drill like that. I think there's maybe a couple other that do that, but I've never had one like that, which I actually like because it holds it steady and you don't have to hook anything on here. It doesn't rotate. It's actually locked in. Super powerful drill. Again, it beats out my DeWalt. It beats out my Milwaukee. So obviously I just love it. The big boy. I've been using this saw exclusively on this entire build. Hands down my favorite rear handle saw that I've used, and I've used the Milwaukee. I've used the DeWalt for years. I've used the Metabo briefly, but this is by far more powerful in my eyes. The battery that comes with it, which is this new stacked lithium 24 volt flex battery, 10 amp hour. This thing, I mean, I've charged it once, which is freaking awesome. But I would also say the other thing, which I'll probably get into a little bit in here in a second, these battery technology, the battery technology in this platform, if for no other reason you buy something out of this platform, buy it for the batteries. I put this thing in, which is more powerful and lasts longer than the DeWalt Flex Volt, what is it? I forgot what it is, but I have one. This charges in a quarter of the time. A quarter of the time that it takes me to charge a DeWalt battery this size. This charges faster than the tiny small DeWalt batteries. It's epic. I don't know how they do it, but it is amazing. So So overall, if you're talking about this saw, the power is great. It stays true to the line very easily. It glides through your wood very smoothly, so it's not getting wiggly or taking you off track, and you're not doing a bunch of curves. It goes exactly where you want it to go. The weight distribution, I think, is epic. It's just, I'm shocked. I really was not expecting this from them, to be honest, but it's pretty cool. Next up is the reciprocating saw. This is a badass saw. It really is. It's awesome. It's got the rafter hook installed onto it. It comes with that. It has your lock, so if you want to keep it locked, keep it going, you can do that. The only thing that I do not like about this is the attachment blade. I've used the DeWalt one where it has a little clip down here to release the blade. I love that. This twisty thing seems a little archaic to me, so I don't like that, because if you stop the Sawzall while it's in there, you have to grab the blade and pull it out or try to pull the trigger. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. It does have the extended, you can press this button and extend this thing. I can't do it right now, I don't know why. But those are the only complaints is basically around here. Otherwise, the power of it is great. Also, I don't like how the battery slides in this way. I wish the battery slid in this way. But now I'm getting nitpicky. But overall, great tool. I do have some complaints on this one. It's still great, but there could be some things that would be better. The paddle 4-inch grinder. This thing is awesome. Absolutely love it. Super powerful. It has different speeds right here. You can change the speeds. It's super easy attachment. I also like how you don't have to have a tool to move your guard. So if you're cutting something and you change positions, so you want the sparks to again be deflected away from you, you can just swivel this. You don't have to untighten it or unclamp something. You can just keep spinning it around as you change angles, and it's an awesome grinder. The blade lock button's easy to push. Super awesome. This jigsaw barrel handle, I've used this a few times, maybe 7 or 8 times. Absolutely love it. The light on it is amazing. This little guard is super sweet. I will say the fact that I can choose to turn the lights on and off and brighter and not so bright is a pretty sweet feature. Overall, not a huge amount to say about this, except for it cuts super smooth, especially when you have those spiders jigsaw blades. Those things are epic. So super cool. Love that saw. I think that's pretty much all of this. So mainly the complaints that I have, one, this tool platform is a little heavier than what you're going to get with Milwaukee or DeWalt. I will say that these batteries are rubber encased on the sides, whatever this material is, and it feels sturdy. So I was using the rear-handled Milwaukee rear-handled saw the other day, and I was feeling that M18, the big M18 battery, and it feels kind of hollow. It feels kind of like plasticky, and like there's just a lot of space for things to get like moved around and jolted around. This is just, it's compact, it's solid. Dropping it, I'm like, oh, because it's just, I mean, it's like a brick. Like, I don't worry about it whatsoever. I think that contributes to the heavier tools. I know I'm just all over Flex right now, but I'm just blown away with the engineering behind this. Also, the button to see the LED lights. One, the button's easy to push. You can push with gloves on. You can push with a tool if you can't reach it. You can bump it up against the wall and it'll push it, and you can see how much battery is on there, as well as the indicator. I don't know if you can see it from where you guys are. The indicator is very bright and very large to where you're not trying to see if the battery, I mean, it's clear. This battery is fully charged. I can reach through. I can press all of them. I can see all of them. I don't have to put them in a shadow or anything. I can just press it and I can see exactly how much battery is left. The stacked lithium battery, which I talked about earlier, absolutely epic. Just epic. Everything about this platform is epic. I was not, if I'm being honest, expecting much out of it. After I had this drill, I think it was beginning of last year, I started using them. Like, this drill's dope. This drill's dope. But it might be one of those things where like Ryobi has an amazing drill. It might be one of those things where they just do one good tool and the rest of them kind of just, they put it out there just cause, but they're not that great. They have held their level, their standard of tool to a very high bar, and I am blown away with it. So in the end, guys, I would have to say utility-wise, I'm not getting into the specs and the RPMs and the how many times the reciprocating saw reciprocates every 30 seconds. I'm not getting into all that stuff. All I'm saying to you guys is, as someone who was on the job, as someone who has already dropped this off the roof once, as someone who has dropped this drill over the last year, a little over a year, like 50, 60 times, it's dinged up like crazy. I mean, you can see where this thing has just been put through it. Most powerful drill I've had still. This thing, super powerful. It even has kickback lock where you're not going to twist your wrist in half, which I think pretty much all tools have at this point. But still, only one that I'd have a little bit of a complaint with is the Sawzall, the reciprocating saw. Just, I think there could be some tweaks and things with better design, but as for power, still epic. Overall, guys, I would recommend buying yourself one of these tools. As you can see what happened to me. I just started out with this drill. This is all or actually I had this drill and this saw. That's what I started with, was these two. And then, I mean, you can see what happened. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. If you've tried Flex before, please leave a comment down here. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the tools, let me know. If you dislike them, like them. I would love to know what you guys think. And if you aren't, please subscribe to me. You can check out this off-the-grid build that I'm doing. We're getting moving on this, and I'd love to see what you guys think about it. So I think that's all I'm going to say for now. If you guys have any questions, leave them below, and I'll try to answer them. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate y'all.